One of my journalism professors, point blank, asked me, Stephen, do you feel that you could still be an objective journalist or objective in your reporting of the team and the work that you do here on the channel, um, with you so clearly being a fan? And I don't think I have to worry about that anymore after tonight. They will probably eventually sucker me back in, but for now, they suck. They suck. And I know the title of the video is What's Next for the Toronto Maple Leafs? And I don't really know, but I'm sure your initial response is, who the hell cares? And you'd be completely justified in feeling that way. Did the Montreal Canadiens play well? Yeah. They got better as the series went on. Did Carey Price play really well? Yeah, he did. Did the Leafs get goalied? Maybe. Did they get goalied last year? Yeah, probably. But again, who the hell cares? I'm going to spend time doing individual videos for almost every player on the roster. So I really just want to look at what's next in this video. So if you're looking for me to talk about a specific player or something like that and how they played in the playoffs and in the series, those videos are coming. If you assume guys like Timothy Liljegren and Nick Robertson play a role in next year's team, with all the other contracts already committed, you have about $10.8 million left to re-sign Zach Hyman and fill out the rest of this roster. It's doable. $10.8 million isn't a lot of money. It's doable. But you can't change a whole lot with the roster. And there's definitely a $10.9 million eyesore that really does stick out to a lot of people, I'm sure. If you believe in keeping the team together, you can maybe look at moving a guy like Alex Kerfoot or Justin Holl. But again, you're not going to be able to make significant changes to the team. And that's what we're talking about here. What's next for the team? What are their options, basically? In the answer to what are their options, not a whole lot. If all you're moving out is a guy who makes $2 million and Alex Kerfoot, who played well in the playoffs. This was a team at 5-on-5 that scored a lot in the regular season, that generated a lot in the regular season. And this was a team that was better defensively. They were very, very middle of the pack in a North Division that did not lack offensive talent, that did not lack scoring. Their penalty kill got better once Jack Campbell found his groove and took over as the full-time starter. And their power play, they need an exorcism to fix that. And they also need to fire everyone who is in charge of that. And they need to stop worrying about hurting people's feelings in terms of the personnel who are on power play unit 1. They need to stop worrying about that. They need to go out there this offseason and they need to find a legit shooting option that can either do it from the point or whatever opposite side circle that Auston Matthews is standing at. With the coaching staff, keep whoever you want, fire whoever you want. I really don't care. Kyle Dubas' decision to go out there and get defensive help in a guy like Nick Foligno, not a bad decision, but you prioritize that over going out there and getting a guy who could have helped the power play, over getting a guy who could have helped this team score, which again, for the second straight year in a row, was the issue in the playoffs. They could not score. He deserves all the criticism in the world for that, and all of it is justified, and all of it is fair. But make no mistake, the onus is on the players, and it's on the coaching staff, and it is the general manager's job to make tough decisions. So Kyle, you make your tough decisions, or they will be made by somebody else. That's all I'm going to say about Kyle Dubas. This is what I think ends up sticking at the end, because there's a lot of stuff up in the air right now, especially when it comes to Kyle Dubas and the coaching staff and the players. But you can poke holes in this. So it's, you judge your GM based on how confident you are in your team as of the end of the regular season. Think back to how you felt 2 weeks ago. And I would change that. Hell, how did you feel when the series was 3-1 Toronto? Right? The way that team plays after that is on the players and the coach. And you can poke holes in this, like I said. You could say, well, Dubas already fired a coach. The counterpoint to that would be, well, it wasn't his guy to begin with, so not necessarily. You can poke holes at you judge your team at the end of the regular season because, yeah, Toronto's a great regular season team, but they're not built for the playoffs. And who's that on? That's on the GM. It's just there's so much stuff up in the air right now, and I really don't know how to judge or assess any of them. So we're just talking, right? We're just talking. So what's next for the Toronto Maple Leafs? I don't know. You can make a couple of different arguments. You could say they can go down the path of St. Louis and Washington and Tampa Bay, and they can keep the band together. You know, maybe some better drafting and some better value free agents, and through some smart trades. And maybe you find a guy out of Russia or Europe, or you sign an undrafted free agent. I don't know. Maybe you take advantage of another GM. You know, you win a couple of trades. Or you find a goalie out of the middle of nowhere and he goes on a miraculous playoff run. Maybe it's just a little bit more luck. But I don't know. Something smells real bad to me. And it's going to be really hard to accept next year's team if there isn't major changes. But again, maybe. Maybe. I know it may not necessarily be fair to ask you guys what you think is next for the Toronto Maple Leafs because I'm sure the answers are going to be emotionally charged. And if we let the dust settle and see how things play out, maybe our answers would change a little bit. I don't see them changing drastically. It's not like we're happy with the team. It's not like we're, it's not like we're happy with the team. But I don't know. What do you guys think is next for the Toronto Maple Leafs? Let me know down in the comment section, and make sure to leave me a like on the video if you did like it, and subscribe for more because more is always on the way. And guys, just like I said this morning, I'm gonna be here. We're gonna be talking about it for the next couple months, and who knows, if you're still here watching this video, would you like to see me cover other teams and what they're doing in the offseason? Would you like to see me maybe branch out and talk about the Blue Jays? Maybe. I don't know. I've played baseball. I've coached baseball. I've been a baseball umpire for a number of years. I do know a fair bit amount, and I mean, I'm watching the games anyway. So it wouldn't necessarily be a hard transition for me. Let me know, because I don't want to just hash out the same things about the Leafs for the next 3 or 4 months. That's for sure. So I guess make sure to like the video if you did like it, and subscribe for more because more is always on the way. And like I said, guys, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here.